You just open up to that. Alright.
Get it, Groot.
I know.
Alright.
Alright, so I'm Cody.
I'm Lyle.
And today we're going to be talking about
I am Groot.
probably the greatest fucking movie out right now. That's Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Fuck yeah.
I saw it on opening night because Guardians of the Galaxy is not only is it my favorite Marvel movie, but it's probably my favorite comic book movie.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely my top 5 for sure. Lyle, what do you think?
Oh yeah, it's I'm not a Marvel fan.
Yeah.
And I love this movie. It's hard to put into words just how damn good this movie is. It's fun. It's got that deep story going. It's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah, and that's what I heard too. Like, there are a lot of people who just flat out hate Marvel, and they're total DC like super freaks.
Not so much.
Yeah, but like even they will be like, Guardians is good.
Yeah.
And I totally agree. And I think what makes Guardians so awesome, especially since it's a Marvel movie, is that it's its own thing.
Yeah.
Like, even in this movie, they didn't say like, hey, it's a Marvel movie. Like, there are little like hidden things, but they don't just flat out. Like, this movie could have easily been like, ha, Avengers coming up next, but no.
Yeah.
A little bit of backstory. This movie takes place 6 months after the first film, and the Guardians are still doing their thing. They're doing mercenary work, kind of guns for hire, up and out of space, just doing random stuff. Groot is now an infant, an infantilized Sequoia, as one of the songs in the movie suggests.
Sounded dirty.
Yeah, and basically they go on this mission. Some things go wrong. Ship crashes, and they meet this guy named Ego, played by Kurt Russell, and he just flat out comes and says that I'm your dad, Peter. Peter Quill, played by Chris Pratt, and the team kind of splits up. Rocket and Groot are captured and go with Yondu, and the rest go with Star-Lord and his dad, and they see his world that he lives in and kind of learn things about him. And that's basically the premise of it, without giving too much away.
That'll be later, because I gotta cover a spoiler.
Yeah, we'll get into that. But yeah, as far as sequels go, I thought this was a pretty fucking awesome sequel.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah. As good, if not better, than the first one, I think.
Yeah, like, I was really nervous that this movie might not come close to the first film. And holy shit, like, as soon as the movie starts, it starts off with a battle taking place, and Baby Groot is dancing to Mr. Blue Sky by Electric Light Orchestra.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, I'm just like, this is gonna be a good movie.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And I just had a big grin on my face throughout the whole
That was
time.
the perfect way to say welcome back to Guardians of the Galaxy, because that immediately put you right back in the mood of the first one, and just, you knew you were going to have fun. At the very least, it could have been, a horrible movie, or it could have been a movie with a horrible story, but you were going to have fun watching that movie.
It is, like, every time, like, I talk about it at work or something, I'm just like, I have to, like, give out, like, a sigh of just like, this is so good.
Yeah.
Favorite moments from the film?
Oh, man. There's a lot. Favorite comedic scene to me is when Rocket, Groot, and the others are going through the portal.
Yeah.
And just their faces, and like, it cuts to Rocket and Groot, and they're screaming, just their faces being deformed. And then when they come out, and it just shows Groot just like, and like throws up. I was walking in the theater when that happened, and just everybody just started bursting out laughing.
I lost my shit like when that happened. I was just like, oh my god. Like, this movie could be a piece of shit, but like that scene, would have just made it. Oh god.
Yeah.
Of course, everyone loves a Mary Poppins, y'all.
Oh yeah. That's probably like the defining line of the movie.
Did you see? He posted on Instagram. Michael Rooker, who plays Yondu. He went to Disneyland.
Oh yeah. He met
took
Mary
a picture with Mary Poppins.
That's awesome.
Oh, that is so cool. And definitely the Pac-Man scene.
Oh, that I died, because like, he was talking about creating some weird shit.
Yeah, Heather Locklear, statues.
He mentions Pac-Man, and there's just that to me reminded me, even though that's a serious fight going on, don't take this movie too serious because I noticed yellow forming. I was like, what the hell is he forming? And my first thought honestly was Bumblebee. And I was like, no, they can't do Bumblebee. And then it zoomed out and it was Pac-Man. And I lost it. That was hilarious.
Well, Disney, they can use Pac-Man because of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
So perfect. But not only is this probably the funniest MCU movie, but it gets really dark and deep. Like, there's some times where there's a lot of quiet moments and moments where they're just talking or just a character sitting in a field reflecting on stuff.
It's very much like Empire Strikes Back, where the first one and the third Star Wars movies were a lot of action, and the second one was more talking, more character building and development, and that's to me what this one felt like. Like, there was obviously a lot of action to it, but it mostly felt like just these characters talking and them forming and developing as characters throughout, and that's what I loved about it.
Oh yeah, you definitely like Drax more in this film.
Oh yeah, Drax is...
Oh, he stole the whole show in my opinion. Yeah, it's funny because I would say the closest thing to this is Empire Strikes Back in regards to how close, how amazing it is sequel-wise. So many people say that it's the Empire Strikes Back of the franchise, and it's not even close. It's don't compare yourself to Empire. This is pretty damn close, and at least for me, just because it surpassed expectations.
I think even to an extent, as much as Empire Strikes Back is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah,
I would think this is even the better of the sequels because it does fit so well with the feelings of the first one. Empire Strikes Back did, but it also felt grander, and it didn't, it could have been its own standalone thing.
It doesn't overshadow the first one.
Exactly.
Whereas Empire totally just blew. Yeah. If you watch the first film, it definitely has its flaws. But.
Yeah, you could watch Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1 and Volume 2 back to back and feel like you just watched, a 4 to 5 hour movie. There's no really difference in tone or feeling. There's some inconsistencies in plot, but it's Guardians of the Galaxy. Just forget about it. You don't need to think about that, really.
The one complaint I hear is the soundtrack isn't as memorable. And yeah, that might be the case, but the first one had more popular songs that people knew. Yeah. This one took songs people didn't know, and now you hear those songs and you think, oh, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Yeah. And I've been repeating it nonstop.
I don't even know if it was in the actual movie. I know it was in the trailer, Fox on the Run.
Fox on the Run.
That to me is to me is on repeat, because that's just... And I didn't know about that song. I knew about the band Sweet's Ballroom Blitz, but I didn't know about that song. So I love the fact that this movie is introducing people to different music, and that's one of the things... Kind of spoiler, not really. When he gets that was it Zune? Zune. I'm just as excited to see what songs are on that thing as I am to see where the story goes.
Oh my god, yeah.
There's just so much good music being introduced to us and younger generations. So that's good.
That was fucking amazing. Spoiler alert, but at the end, Peter loses his Walkman, and one of the characters comes up and goes, "Hey, this is what all the people are listening to music with on Earth," and you think, oh, it's an iPod, and it's a fucking Zune. And we're like, oh, we forgot about those. Holy shit.
Seriously.
So, spoilers, what did you want to touch upon?
Yondu's death. Okay. From a story standpoint, it made perfect sense. He had to go. The way they did it to me kind of bugged me. Where the hell was Rocket in the ship? He flew that fucking far away from the planet that he couldn't save him.
Yeah. I felt that too. A lot of people were thinking... But if that's the case, if they saved him, it would have been oh, way to go, Marvel. You finally had a chance to kill off a major character.
Oh, yeah, no. I applaud James Gunn. I won't applaud Marvel. Because they would have kept him alive. But I think James Gunn said, no, he has to go. In fact, he said that in an interview. He almost didn't come back for Volume 3 because he killed him, and he tried different versions where he didn't kill him, but he knew he had to kill him. Whether he's really dead or not, who knows?
No, he's
gone. Officially dead.
He's gone. Yeah, like there's no way
he's gone before.
Well, no, just because of the funeral. It's just
That's true.
They like disintegrated him. He's not coming back.
Marvel could find a
maybe
way.
in a force as a force ghost. I don't know. Mary Poppins.
Yeah, but it felt like he had to die. I understood that from the very beginning. Really, I knew he was going to die in that movie, but it just felt like they could have done it in a way that made there's no way he could have been saved. He could have been saved from that.
Yeah.
In fact, in the first one, I know, another spoiler alert, kind of, Star-Lord is immortal, but the same thing kind of happens to him when he saves Gamora in the first one, right? Isn't he, slowly dying?
Yes, but then you can learn, he probably could have continued living.
Yeah, well, you know that in the second one. You didn't know that in the first one, so the fact that he was saved kind of proves the point that if Rocket he didn't have to fly so far, the planet really didn't explode. He could have stayed closer to, unless he was flying on the opposite side of the planet.
That's probably, yeah.
That could be it, and it's just nitpicking. I don't hate the movie because of it, but I think they could have done that.
But if that's the only complaint, it's shows you how amazing this movie is.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's such a good, scene. Even I was like, oh no.
Oh, yeah.
Not Yondu.
Yeah.
You were just starting to like him. But yeah, overall, what did you think of the big reveal near the end? Ego's big reveal to Peter.
Oh yeah, that made sense.
We're in total spoiler territory right now, so.
So the spoiler, he gave Peter's mom the brain tumor that killed her, and it makes perfect sense when you consider he wants his son so that he can spread who he is across the universe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I liked it. I thought it added more depth to her death and why his interaction with Ego was
yeah. But I didn't see it coming.
No,
I totally was. He just mentions when I put the tumor in her head, I was just like, whoa.
I got a feeling when it started going darker, when it was starting to reveal that he had these, when it showed the bodies and everything, he had something to do with that death. I don't know if it was intentional. I didn't think it was intentional. I thought something from him caused, the tumor to grow, but he actually caused it himself.
He put it in there purposely so that he could get the kid.
And Peter's reaction is perfect, because that's what I would have done.
Yeah, without hesitating, just pulls out his guns and just starts firing at his dad, and I'm just like I heard my dad laughing his ass off at that scene.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah! You don't see that in movies, and this one's just that's how someone would react to someone. A parent that's never been there killed the other parent, and you're just fuck you!
Yeah,
so,
you're gone. You're gone.
Oh, yeah. It's the way this movie plays on, just on an emotional level, too. We would be yeah, we would do that.
Oh, for sure.
Holy shit.
That's another key to what makes it so great is it can play off your emotions, but then it cuts to a funny scene immediately. After Yondu's death, it cuts to the funeral, and it's Peter talking about how he wanted David Hasselhoff to be his father.
Okay.
And how he kind of got David Hasselhoff to be his father, and that just, everybody was dying laughing.
That was probably one of the greatest moments in the movie, because he does mention David Hasselhoff a lot. And then Ego transforms himself into David Hasselhoff for very 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The whole place erupts in laughter. And I knew that David Hasselhoff sings a song at the end.
Yeah.
And so that even made it even better. Because he says at the end, "We are Groot," and his face comes up.
Exactly.
Oh my god. Speaking of the credits, what did you think of the 5 different... Because I know you're not a big fan of those.
Dude, I don't even remember all of them.
There was...
I liked the teenage Groot scene. That made me laugh.
I always call him Rocky Balboa, the Sylvester Stallone and his group.
Oh, that was cool. Obviously, they're setting up another movie.
Well, what's cool is that some of those characters were originals.
Yeah.
Even though one's played by Miley Cyrus.
It's fine. That may be a spoiler later. Wait, Volume 3, by the way, he mentioned that's the last of this iteration. Do you think it's going to jump to Sylvester Stallone and those people as the new Guardians?
It can, but I also think that... I don't think Disney will let them do that. I think they'll keep it. But I think they should end on 3.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think they should. Because Marvel is kind of trickling out. They're kind of saying,
Everybody's tired.
They're tired, yeah.
Everybody's tired of seeing.
And I feel like the audience is tired too, so it's just like 3 should be the perfect.
I feel like there's been 10 Thor movies.
Yeah, it's like let's focus on let Spider-Man do his thing now, let Black Panther and all Ant-Man, all those movies, but Guardians should end on 3.
Yeah,
they should all because Guardians are going to be in Avengers: Infinity War 1 and 2. So technically, there's 5 Guardians movies. So I can see why you're not going to skip those. That's Guardians is in them.
They're barely going to be in it. It's not like they're going to be the centerpiece.
To be honest, I thought that's how this movie was going to end.
That's how a lot of people did, but I know James Gunn doesn't want to do that.
Well, because they were showing the Earth.
Yeah.
That scene on Earth. And
Oh, they were going to show up.
I thought like, oh, here comes Iron Man or someone checking in on this. Like, something, but they don't. And that kind of shocked me, and I applaud them for it. The Stan Lee cameo.
Oh, yeah, that was a cutscene.
Did you get that? Like, the point of that?
No.
So... Those big-headed aliens are watchers, and they kind of like watch the universe.
Okay.
And there's been a theory that the reason why Stan Lee keeps showing up in the different Marvel movies is because he's a watcher.
Oh.
And James Gunn was like, I'm going to make it canon.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in the movie that he's a watcher, so that's why when it comes to him, he's like, and the next time I saw him, I was dressed as a fat X-Man. So he's talking about Tony Stark.
Okay, yeah.
And so, yes, he is a watcher.
That makes sense.
Thank you, James Gunn, for putting that to rest, and this movie's just so amazing and awesome.
Yeah, who was your favorite character
in Guardians?
Yeah. Or do you have one, or is it like?
I love Baby Groot.
Yeah,
obviously.
Baby Groot. He's the BB-8 of Guardians of the Galaxy.
Exactly. Yeah, They said, it's funny because they say like, oh, he's not meant to sell toys, and at first you're kind of like, oh, yeah,
shit.
But. Yeah, he's meant to sell toys, but he's so awesome in the movie, too. Like, he does so much. He pretty much saves the day at the end.
He didn't even have to do shit. He was like, when they're trying to escape, and Peter's just like, put on your seatbelt, Groot, and just cuts to him, and he's just sitting in the chair eating stuff.
Eating candy, yeah.
He's just eating candy, and people lose it, because it's Baby Groot. It's awesome.
Oh, Can we please get a Disney, work on a scene of BB-8 and Baby Groot, interacting with each other, and throw Baymax in there.
How much?
Good measure.
How much do you think Vin Diesel got paid to do 3 lines of I Am Groot?
I don't know, but it was worth it.
And it didn't even sound like him, obviously.
Oh yeah, and then the teenage Groot.
Oh my god.
Groot. Oh my god. It's a great. So overall, we fucking loved it.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the fucking ride. I know you're not excited for it. It's going to be awesome. It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, well.
You'll have fun. I'll make sure of it. But I'm happy. I fucking love the movie.
Yeah. I'm going to go see it again soon.
Yeah, same here. So if you haven't seen it, what the fuck you're waiting for? Go see it.
I know, this review's 2 weeks late.
I know, seriously. So if you haven't seen it, get the fuck out there and go see it. So... that being said, I'm Cody.
I'm Lyle.
And go fucking see it.
How do you start this?
Press the leaf. The only button on there. Oh, I turned it off.
Ruined the ending. Ruined the ending!